I just wanted to share a funny story of how I overcame embarrassment. You know me and my saying about how embarrassment is for weak-minded people who are concerned about the opinions of strangers. Um, it goes a little beyond that. I'll say that life helped me overcome embarrassment in a certain way. Okay, so all right. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I used to do bodybuilding competitions. Actually, I used to do physique competitions, but I started bodybuilding. I started in bodybuilding. That's where I was doing this, and started. I was in a position where I was able to go to the gym every day at work during lunchtime and got into pretty good shape. And a lady that used to do bodybuilding competitions and physique competitions and all that. She's a personal trainer. She kind of talked me into starting to do competitions. So I ended up doing one, pretty local, and then I kind of liked it, so I ended up doing another one with the NPC, the National Physique Committee. So I got registered, got signed up, did my first show, and on my first show, I actually did both categories. I did bodybuilding and men's physique, and was still pretty rookie. Didn't have a trainer. Didn't have a whole lot of regimen dialed in. But it was kind of a freestyle experience for me at that point, and then still had to work on posing routines and all that. So I was really kind of real kind of new to the whole idea of bodybuilding and men's physique. So I ended up doing both categories. So in that first competition, it was the 2013 NPC Northwest Classic, and I ended up, I believe, placing fifth in men's middleweight bodybuilding, and I believe fourth place in men's physique B category. So that's me and my man Mac with my swords, and so after that, I decided, okay, so if I'm going to do this thing, I need to focus on one or the other. And in the beginning, what I did, I focused on bodybuilding. I sat here, pulled out the schedule for NPC events and all that, and decided that I was going to register for the next competition that was within like 2 hours drive. So, I was really pumped up about that, so I made the decision and I started making moves. So I started training to be a bodybuilder. I started to eat a whole lot, and my problem why I couldn't stick with bodybuilding and switched over to men's physique later was because I couldn't pack on enough muscle. I couldn't constantly eat like that. I'm saying, it's like, if you're gonna do that, you got to be focused on what you're eating and your frequency of eating. I mean, it's got to be a lot. You got to be willing to make a a commitment, a decision every day that you're gonna eat a lot, lots of protein, lots of calories, lots of carbs to put that weight on and keep it on. But that was my issue. I couldn't pack on a whole lot of muscle as a bodybuilder, so physique worked out better for me. But I did all my training, my routine and all that, and I did all the eating, and I kind of had it dialed in. So I got about to the biggest size I had ever been for that competition. So did all my training, and it's time for the competition. So the year is 2014. At my second NPC competition, this is my first competition where I was actually focused on being a bodybuilder. I was going to make it happen. It was the 2014 NPC Vancouver, USA Natural. I believe that was hosted by Tangy Johnson. And the way that these things are set up, these competitions, they'll have, there's going to be hundreds of people involved in these things in a lot of different categories. So what happens is, you have your different, you have your male, you have your female events, and then you have your categories in different things like women's bikini, women's physique, women's bodybuilding. Then you have like men's physique, men's bodybuilding, men's masters. That's like the gentleman over 45, I believe it is, something like that. So you got all these different categories, but the audience will end up sitting there for like a long time watching everybody go through. So at the break, there's like an intermission where they have a guest poser come through to entertain the crowd. And at the 2014 Vancouver Natural, the guest poser was Dexter Jackson. And that's, I was like, all right, that's cool. Dexter Jackson's going to be showing up. I hadn't really done my research on the guy. But what happened was the competition came around, and there we were. Backstage, you're back there getting ready to get called on stage. So, there are guys all around. You got your weights, you're doing your curls, you're doing your push-ups, trying to get pumped up. There's people off to the side getting oiled up, getting their spray tans in line and all that. And what happened, there was a little mishap where Dexter ended up kind of running late. So, they're going through the categories and all that, and I looked at the schedule, and me and this other guy, we were the only two competitors in the middleweight category. It was like between the weight of like 170 and 175 and a half, something like that. So I lost a few pounds trying to cut for that competition. So what happened there, all right, so Dexter was running late, and we ended up trying to figure out what was going on. So the announcer comes back there and is like, wait, where's Dexter at? I'm hearing them in the back scrambling to try to figure out what to do. So they just said, all right, let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. So they continue calling competitors up from these different categories. So, they had finished the category right before mine. They're like, all right, so that's men's open bodybuilding category, lightweight category and all that. Okay, so now we're going to go middleweight. So between lightweight and middleweight, Dexter Jackson shows up. All right, so the guest poser, it's the ringer. This is a professional bodybuilder that's going to come through there to do their posing routine and entertain the crowd for a while. So, all right, Dexter Jackson shows up. This is like a big dude, okay? He's in the back. He's doing his curls. He's getting pumped up, getting oiled up and all that. And what happens is the announcer comes back there. He's like, hey, you ready? Dexter's back there, got the 110, making it look easy. He's like, nah, not quite ready yet. I'm like, holy crap, dude. So the guy goes back out on stage. He says, all right, Dexter's almost ready. We're just going to keep going. So he says, all right, we're going to go ahead and open up with men's open bodybuilding middleweight category. It's between me and the other guy. They call the other guy out on the stage, right? So other guy's out there doing his posing routine. He has his music. He all got pumped up and all that. He's out on the stage doing his routine. It's like a 90-second routine and all that. So then I see Dexter kind of walk up like, all right, I'm ready. So what happened is things suddenly started to kind of snap into place for me to realize what was going on. Let's do a recap here. Guest poser shows up late, behind schedule. Men's open bodybuilding middleweight category, it's me and one other guy. I'm a rookie. This is my first competition as a bodybuilder. Okay? And what's happening right now is the other guy is out on the stage doing his routine. Then right after he's done, Dexter Jackson. All right, let me clarify. Dexter Jackson has been doing bodybuilding competitions since like 1992. I'm talking about 2008 Mr. Olympia winner Dexter the Blade Jackson is about to go do his guest posing routine before I step on stage. You see what's going on here? The other guy gets off the stage. Dexter, he goes out there. He's impressing the crowd. I hear people screaming. You can hear the music. I mean, I look around the corner. It's like women throwing panties at the guy. Okay, no, that didn't really happen. But look, I mean, you understand. The crowd's like excited. They turn the lights down. I hear the music thumping. He's all, ah! He's out here. Dexter Jackson's a freaking huge dude. He's out here doing his pose. And he's like, boom. You know what I'm saying? He's like huge. So, you know, he's out here impressing the crowd, man. And I'm just sitting back here like having an out-of-body experience. Like, I know you do not expect me to go out on stage right after Dexter the Blade Jackson. So, you know, I'm just sitting here, you know, my life's flashing before my eyes. And, you know, I'm realizing the gravity of the situation, what's about to happen here. And he comes back out and, you know, I kind of mean mugged him for about 2 seconds, and then I, of course, realized what would happen during a physical confrontation. It would look a little something like this. So that was out of the question. So there it was. The crowd was still excited. There was still a buzz out there. You know, they're going wild out here. Dexter Jackson, he's stepped off the stage and he's back here after about 10 minutes of wowing everyone with his huge glistening muscles. And now it's my turn to step out on the stage. So I hear the guy go back on stage. He's like, all right, and now try to make me sound like a big deal out here. Daryl Marvel. I was like, come on, man. If you've ever seen a guy walk out on stage completely deflated, yeah, that's what everybody saw right there. So I get out there. It's like you could hear a pin drop. My music wasn't all dialed in to where it was coming through the house speakers or something, man. It was all bad. So I get out there and I'm like, you know, looking at the crowd. They just got finished seeing freaking Mr. Olympia walk off stage. He's like 3 times my size. And I just kind of walked out there, shrugged my shoulders, and did my thing, man. So, you know, I did my front double bicep. I did my most muscular pose. I gave him a, you know, a little tricep squeeze and all that, you know. And it was just quiet. Nobody cheered. Nobody was clapping. And I hear one guy try to encourage me. He was like, "You're freaking shredded, bro." I was like, "Thank you," because I had my one fan out there. And you know, my routine was done. I walked backstage, and I'm just like, I don't believe that crap just happened. So ultimately, because it was just me and one other guy, I ended up winning second place, my second place trophy from that competition. And you know, it was at that point where my threshold for embarrassment was pushed to the absolute limit. You know, because people have had situations in their life where they've been slightly embarrassed, but very few people in their life have been rookie bodybuilder during their first competition, having to get on stage and flex out after 2008 Mr. Olympia Dexter the Blade Jackson level embarrassment. You see, there's different levels of this stuff. You know what I mean? So my threshold for embarrassment has pretty much been demolished with that one event. So, you know, that's pretty much how I overcame that. So I see people, you know, make a video or something, call me a name, or trying to poke fun at something I said, or if somebody makes a comment about how I misspoke a word in all caps, talking about how bad my grammar is, or somebody said this or that, or calls me a name, means nothing. Absolutely nothing. I'm sorry. It's just not gonna work. You gotta be playing on a whole different level. You gotta wake up really early in the morning if you're gonna try to embarrass me at this point. Because that crap, dude, I was done. That was it. So, long story short, that's how I got over embarrassment. You know, and I've never been the same since. Anyway, that's all I got for this one. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Be sure to click the bell to receive notifications when I upload a new video. Link over myself and the crew over at Flat Life or the Future of Flat Earth, or at any of these other social media platforms. And as always, be good to each other, take care of yourself, and stay flat. I'll see you next time. Thank you.